Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to step onto the ice for some biscuits and penalties. Hello, sports
Woo!
fans. I'm Cobra, and I am joined by special guest Billy from Newt City. Say hello, Billy.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, it's going as well as it can. So we are now official. It is the Stanley Cup Final. The Florida Panthers punched their ticket and are back in the Stanley Cup Final, as well as their opponents, the Edmonton Oilers. That is right. Second verse, same as the first. Panthers, Oilers, 2, Electric Boogaloo.
We're doing a sequel backed by popular demand. Go ahead.
A sequel and a remake. Hopefully, not starring Rachel Zegler. Did I just say that out loud?
Or that Oilers girl
Yeah, let's not
that
have
everybody.
that. But how did we? But how did we get here? Yeah, if I could say so. Well, the Florida Panthers defeated the Carolina Hurricanes.
We finally
Go
won
ahead.
a conference final game. They won at least one of them.
At least one, and to be fair, it's been a bit of a disaster in a way, almost as bad as the Toronto Maple Laughs, but not as cringeworthy.
Yeah.
At least the Maple Leafs gives us the added benefit of Steve Dangle having a hissy fit.
Yeah. But then again, Carolina has a bunch of cap space after this season.
Yeah. I definitely know that the move is not getting rid of Rob Brind'Amour. The move is figure out how to get younger, I think it's time to move on from Freddie. What do you think? Actually, no. No, I don't think that's the move either. It could be just, hey, try to get some younger talent that could actually fit in Rob Brind'Amour's system.
I have the perfect player.
Oh.
Its name is Brady Shea. Take him back. We do not like him at all in Nashville. So, he's not good.
Okay.
He's not good. No offense, Mr. Shea.
Ow. Yeah, this is from a Nashville Predators fan. Yeah, very interesting to say the least. But I will also say probably the next big one, we had the Edmonton Oilers defeat. Who did Edmonton face? I'm drawing a blank.
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
And Peter DeVore basically did the Marc-Andre Fleury special and put a sword in his goalie.
Poor Jake Ottinger. Jake Ottinger is a great goaltender. He did not deserve the national flogging that he got. That was just straight disgusting. Pretty much DeBoer thought he was Mike Keenan and treated Jake Ottinger like he was Ed Belfour.
Well, here's the thing. It sucks to give up 2 goals within 2 shots. But if he kept that up in the first period, then that's the reason to pull him, not whatever that was.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But it was also like, how could you let Stuart Skinner turn into an elite goaltender? Dal ass. Fucking seriously.
Just Dallas kind of struggled on offense.
Yeah, that's definitely not good. So we were definitely very wrong. We were predicting the Stanley Cup playoffs this entire podcast. I don't think any single one of us expected a repeat of Oilers Panthers 2 Electric Boogaloo. I mean, I kind of predicted that Florida was going to go back. Just because of, well, how good Sergei Bobrovsky is and always had been. I mean, shit, in his rookie debut, my dad literally compared him to Dominic Hasek. That's what he did. I will say this, though, like, are we surprised that Florida reached the Stanley Cup 3 years in a row?
Not only that, but it's the 6th year that the Eastern Conference is being run by Florida.
Yeah, it's almost like it has an addiction here. I mean, it pretty much, the Stanley Cup has pretty much set its address in Florida so hard it might as well be a golf course right now.
I think Florida might take Minnesota's moniker, and Florida might become the state of hockey.
And that's a possibility as well, all things considered. With the
Lightning
run,
and
the Lightning and the Panthers with their extended run and how they've been able to control the Stanley Cup playoffs. I mean, it's been very interesting to see. I will attest to that. That a non-traditional hockey market, like Florida, has been able to step up, and absolutely deliver. It's first off, fuck Gary Bettman, but still, it's a great thing for the sport of hockey, for a non-traditional market to be this successful. But at the same time, it's like, well, it's in spite of Bettman, not because of Gary Bettman. So fuck Bettman.
Well, the reason that we're saying fuck Bettman, and for multiple reasons, is because that's not like, oh, bring a cup back to Canada. No, we're saying fuck Bettman because of all like the failures that he has as a commissioner.
Exactly.
Or mainly.
I mean, I personally, as a Sabres fan, have a bit of a beef with him, allowing the Brett Hull bullshit to stand. Skating the crease, asshole.
Yeah, get over it. It's been almost like 30 years.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's still what everyone knows the Buffalo Sabres for. But that's neither here nor there. Anywho, we got more things to do. So let's do our due diligence as chaos bringers that we are. Let's do a quick speed round and crucify the dead. If I could, yep.
I would like to talk about the Memorial Cup in this podcast because that's going on.
You know what? Before we even get to the crucifixion of the dead, Billy, the floor is yours. Talk about the Memorial Cup because We know that you have a YouTube channel and you live stream things. So it's yours. I gotta go find a bracket.
I only like stream 2 games of it, like 2 games on my YouTube channel.
Keep going.
Yeah, but currently now the finals have been set. It will be future Pittsburgh Penguins legend Gavin McKenna and the Mercy Heart Tigers trying to break a old skid for the Western Hockey League. They will be facing off against the bane of every Ontario Hockey League Junior Hockey League fan in the London Knights. That's on tomorrow. And
All
that's
right.
it.
So we're gonna start with the first two crucifixions. We're gonna start with probably the first crucifixion that we knew was gonna happen, and that was the Ottawa Senators.
Mm.
What do we know led to their loss, or rather their elimination, I should say?
They just punch up well above their weight. Like it's still like a couple of years. You just gotta figure stuff out for them, and like it's their first year back in the playoffs, so yeah.
I think it was that. I also think it was this team is young. This team is inexperienced. The jitters did show up. So a lot of them were like, "Oh, I've never been this far." Some of them have, like Linus Olmark. But even so, the jitters were there for Ottawa. The best way to describe it. Yeah, staying in the Eastern Conference, the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Florida was the better team, personally. Like,
Yeah. Not only that, but Vasilevsky was dealing with a back injury, and had been dealing with a major back injury, and he hasn't been the same He hasn't been the same Vasilevsky.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That is an understatement of the century. Next, Montreal.
You could say the same thing about Ottawa. Just like they'd had not a lot of experience and they were too young.
I think it's a little bit deeper than that, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think it was their goaltending is just a little bit too young. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Next, New Jersey.
Hot fucking garbage.
But that
That's all.
talking about the I let's not refer to the state now. We already know it's hot garbage. Let's talk about the Devils.
No, that was just my statement about the Devils.
Well then, indeed. For me, yeah, like they didn't play like they deserved to be there. I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, St. Louis, the Blues.
They dragged Jim Montgomery dragged their asses to the playoffs.
I think it's something different. Hella, Hellebuck found his rhythm again.
Hellbuck found its rhythm. Plus, like like the Blues choked Game 7 away. Like they had it.
Yeah. So you're saying they choked on it faster than you could say Riley Reid. Okay. All right. Colorado.
Not even 12-5, and Gabriel Landeskog could have saved you. Instead of Matt Duchene scoring the game-winning goal, it's another former Av, and Mika Rantanen.
Ouch. Now, it's they lacked offensive punch. That was definitely atrocious. You know, and you needed that against Jake Ottinger. You needed offensive punch.
Yep.
How about the Kings?
What the hell? What the hell do you want to say about the Kings? They do this every single year.
Every single year they haven't. Every single year since they let go of Jonathan Quick.
Yeah. You can't say nothing because they just screw themselves over with a lead pipe. Whenever they have it in the bag, they just screw themselves.
All right. And now Minnesota.
Minnesota. Disappointment.
See, this is where Minnesota needed Aaron Rodgers to go to the Vikings. Then they would have
Exactly.
gone farther. They would have gone farther into the Stanley Cup Final.
That
right.
or make it past the second round.
Okay. We're gonna stay with the West. Winnipeg.
They just kind of crashed and burned there.
Vasilevsky ran, not Vasilevsky, but Hellebuck ran out of gas.
Yeah.
Rather jet fuel in this aspect. All right. And
Yep.
now, and staying in the West, Vegas.
Vegas, just Edmonton was the better team.
Yeah, not even LTIR could have saved them. Vegas had their number.
Yep.
Edmonton had Vegas's number, I should say. Excuse me.
You're good.
The Capitals, Washington.
Well, it's just more like Washington was more or less the surprising team. But however, how much is that to like Ovechkin? And they didn't have much offensive firepower. Plus, Logan Thomas was not that good in his series against Carolina.
Thompson, not Thomas. Thompson.
Thompson. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
I was
all.
about to say, yeah, it's a long way from. Yeah, it was definitely a long way from, the Holt Beast era. So yeah, Logan Thompson, yeah, definitely wasn't the long term answer in the playoffs. And finally, I think both of us can agree, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, we're just gonna to. Everyone has said what they've had to say as far as the Maple Leafs, so we're just gonna point and laugh.
The Toronto Maple Elves.
They haven't won in almost 60 years. 60 years. That is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now let's do it, Billy. Let's make a bold prediction.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Florida and Edmonton. Obviously,
Florida.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Florida as well.
I
Number
think
one
we're
cop on the
all.
force, Sergey Bobrovsky, number one cop on the force. Enough said.
Yeah, I can see the same thing for Florida, but I wouldn't be surprised if Edmonton wins. But
Yeah,
if
I wouldn't be
Edmonton
surprised.
does, but if Edmonton does win, then I would make a bold prediction for the NHL offseason. Mitch Marner
Uh,
signs with the Florida Panthers.
Ooh, interesting take there. Um, and if Edmonton won the Stanley Cup, you know what that also means?
The drought is over for Canada.
Not only that, a famous responsible gambler would win the Stanley Cup.
Oh God,
I'm talking Evander Kane.
he might fucking win Conn Smythe.
Famous. Yeah, he might win
He
the
might
Conn
win.
Smythe Trophy,
Yeah,
and
he,
he might sell it to get his gambling debts underway.
I think he might sell the ring instead of the fucking Conn Smythe.
Maybe. Uh, Brutal, man, brutal. Uh,
Yeah,
but you know,
but
we're
then
not.
again, we live in a world where Antonio Brown is a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, yeah. That is very very brutal. Um. So, anywho, that is it for Biscuits and Penalties, and I would like to thank our affiliate for the podcast, for the Biscuits and Penalties podcast,
Mm-hmm.
Fanatics. Yes, Fanatics, the go-to place for the official fan gear of every league, and I do mean every league. The Champions Day European Cup, is going on, as well as the Stanley Cup Final. So gear up and represent your favorite team. Grab a hat, jersey, T-shirt, or for some of these crucified teams, why not grab yourself a Fanatics, a not Fanatics, but a team branded golf bag, because that's the only time you're gonna get close to a cup is by hitting the links. But if you want to help out the channel, and I'm pretty sure you do, listeners, please use our affiliate link in the bio wherever you get your podcasts and show the channel some love. Fanatics. So,
Yeah.
of course, like I said, that's it for Biscuits and Penalties. And of course, I want to give a special thank you to my friend Billy from Newt City. You can check him out on.
Vol Bill 99.
Yep. He's been live streaming the Memorial Cup. He also does other sports on the live stream. I hope to join him on some streams when my schedule permits it. Billy helps me out a lot, and we have good chemistry when we do stream together. Also
Yeah.
check out our other podcasts as well. Got the lap down. Greg Farmer, and Ryan Dyer have been doing a great job with our NASCAR and auto racing podcast. We also have the Dirt and Turf podcast, which just posted its latest episode last night. We also have coming up the Hard Count, our football podcast, returning for season 4, and Passing the Pigs, our college football podcast hosted by Tyler, making its return in name but subject matter's debut, our first season of college football. And also the Social Slam podcast, our wrestling podcast, tomorrow, which hopefully Alex and I can get back into the ring and discuss what's going on and get ready for Elimination Chamber. It's very exciting. Wait.
I think wrong pay-per-view.
Money in the Bank. Yep. Oh, sorry. It's Money in the Bank. Forgive me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Money in the
Yep.
Bank, not Elimination Chamber. That was February.
That was in February.
That was in February. And that mistake was brought to you by John Cena. Anywho, we are also on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify. We are also in the middle of a rebrand. So we'll probably have new logos coming soon and possibly a new name as well. We are getting that in the works. So be on the lookout for that and wish us luck. We are definitely going to continue doing this. We love doing this. And hopefully, we will see you on the ice next week. And a Stanley Cup champion has not been crowned. But if it has, we will definitely be back to discuss the new Stanley Cup champion. So, I'm Cobra, and on behalf of Billy, I think we gotta get off the ice. The Zamboni's here.
Yep.
See you next time.